Hey y'all, this is At Home with Miss Joan. I'm the camera lady right now, and Preacher and I are processing his deer that he harvested this season. And he's going to talk to you about his part. He has his job that he does, and I have mine. And my viewers have been asking, well, Miss Joan, you hadn't posted a video. What you been up to? Well, I've been doing this right here too, we have. And here we are going to show you what we're up to today. What's this called, Ricky, now? This piece of meat?
This is a hind quarter off the deer. This is where you get most of your meat. And I love the hind quarters because it has a lot of tender meat, and it's easy to process, doesn't take long. What I do is cut away all the gray matter on the outside, and I also cut away the skin on the outside so that nothing but pure meat goes into the grinder. I'll slice this up and Joan will grind it. We'll make hamburger meat out of it. And then I will take the back straps, which are beside the backbone, and from that I'll make some steak, cube steak. But we love deer meat. We eat it a lot. And this is very good meat. It's wholesome.
And I'm going to show you right here in this, I call it a dish pan. That's what he's cut in little cubes there, and I'm going to feed it through the grinder. And I was going to tell you, I hadn't always been a eat deer meat fan. After we retired in 2016, I had more time, and I thought, well, I'm just going to see if his deer meat's any good. So I got out a pack of his cube steak, and then I got out a pack of mine, which was a beef cube steak, and I cooked them, battered them, and cooked them just alike, side by side that day. And that changed my mind forever because his was better than mine. I could hold my beef cube steak up that I'd got at the grocery store. It was stretchy, and a lot of that stuff that he cuts away there was in it. Anyway, and when I cooked it and made gravy and mashed potatoes, we had a big supper, his meat was actually better than mine. And that was hard for me to say because I was always Miss Prissy, and I wasn't going to touch that mess. Ever since then, I said, well, Ricky, I've got more time. I'll help you cut those deer up and process them if you want to. We won't send them to the plants and the person you pay. And if we had one of them grinders, well, we took off to Birmingham that next day. He wasn't going to let me back out. And we went to Bass Pro, and next thing you know, we was buying one of those grinding machines to grind up our own hamburger meat. And we've been doing it now ever since 2016. And I actually quite enjoy doing it, us working together here in the kitchen. Of course, everything we've ever done, we've always just worked together. Now I'm going to show you my end of the deal, okay? He's been cutting it up and putting it in these little pieces right here. Nice, good pieces, and now I'm going to turn it into what we call hamburger meat. And my job is to run it through that grinder that he bought me, and just drop it down in there. And what we do is it's real lean, you know, deer meat is, and so we add our own fat to it by adding just strips of bacon. And there we go. And it's coming out right here. See all the little white flicks in it? Well, that's where I added the bacon. And real easy, just put it down in there together. And there it goes. It comes out like this. And you can see how pretty this meat is. We know exactly what's into it too. Well, like I told you, he made a believer out of me a while back. I'm going to cut the sound off right now and just tell you the rest of the process. I take it out of here and I bag it up. And I buy those freezer bags, and I put it in here, and I date it, and I put HB for hamburger. And then this has got probably a pound, a little over a pound. I press it out flat, get all the air out of it. That way it stacks real easy when I put it in the freezer. And anyway, that's my end of the deal this morning in the making of the hamburger meat, and we're going to also do some cube steak. And anyway, I'm going to turn my noise maker back on and get back to work. Preacher, so I'm calling Brother Ricky. He's going to show us how we're going to do our cube steak. Take it away, Preacher.
All right, this is a piece of backstrap, and this is my favorite part of the deer. It's the most tender, but when you take it out of the deer, it has this gray matter on the back. This is just hide and some muscle, and so I always trim all that off. I cleaned it up good, so it's just pure meat all the way through like that. Now, I take my grinder, which you can buy a heavy-duty tenderizer. That's one I bought years ago, and I really like it. Take your meat and just drop it right here and turn the handle. And you can make your own tenderized meat. And it will be so tender when you cook it, you can cut it with a fork. And that's what it's going to look like. And that's about the size of what I'll have when I get through with it. We love our tenderized meat. And you get biscuits and gravy with it. It's wonderful.
Okay, we've had a pretty full morning. And we're finished now. And I thought I would talk to you for just a minute what we did. He showed you his backstrap that he did earlier. And he cut me off some deer roast. And then we did some hamburger meat. You remember that? And then the preacher showed you how he processes and makes our cube steak real tender. Also, what I didn't do today, but I was going to show you what we already had, is besides just putting this stuff for my deep freezer, I can deer meat too. And this is some deer roast that I've canned. Where here I've got one just cut up, you know, for the freezer. But then there is a way to also can your roast. And this is already cooked, and all you got to do is open it up and eat it, make some gravy biscuits or whatever. But anyway, we enjoyed having this little clip with y'all today. And another thing I thought of was I didn't show you the grinder what it looked like. This is the one that he bought me. I think we got it at the Bass Pro Shop. But this kind right here is the one that we've been using since 2016. Told him, I said, goodness, this is our like 6th year that we've been doing this. But anyway, we enjoy it, but we are give out right now, so I'm going to be signing off. But I was going to tell you that I do keep an inventory of what we've got out in the freezer, and I'm going to do a separate video about that before too long of how I do my freezer inventory. But today I pulled it down because I'm going to log in this new deer meat that we're adding to the inventory. That way we'll always know how much we got to cook out there. I appreciate y'all tuning in to me and Preacher today. We had a good time talking to y'all here at Home with Miss Joan. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my videos.